Give me a few examples. Unmute and give me a few examples if you can come up with something.
The body is in pain, so suddenly I feel I am in pain.
Correct. So this is superimposing the body characteristics onto the consciousness. Would Atmananda say, I am in pain? And see, that moment there is that standing apart from it and recognizing, no, I am the consciousness that just recognized a feeling wave that came and went. The label of that feeling is pain, which I put later. But truth, I just recognize that wave. I am just that knowledge field. This is a very important exercise. It's done in the Advaita Gurukuls. The monks are actually made to practice this in their day-to-day routine in the ashram. Yeah, so that it becomes very clear that the body is doing this, I am not doing this. Yeah, there is a clear distinction between aham and idam. I and you or it. Yeah, the seer and the seen. And then there is a higher level exercise also where now you see the I-ness falling, the one that was the seer, that falls, and there is the higher seer. But that is mostly done at a next level. Here at this level, first level, we have to practice because our conviction has not developed yet, no? It's coming from the previous sutra. So if my conviction was developed fully, there would be a moment-to-moment recognition that I am the pure consciousness. There is not a moment-to-moment recognition, so I have to be humble enough to accept, oh, something is lacking in my conviction. And because something is lacking there, I need to work on it. What do I work on? Atmananda has already told me, characteristics are being superimposed. Yeah, upon each other, both sides. I have to see from both perspectives. Yeah, special care must be taken to avoid this. How can I bring it into my day-to-day routine? Very clear?
I have an example. Shailaja was walking around downtown and she needed to use the restroom. So at that time, I assumed that I need to use the restroom. Until then, there was the conviction that I am all of this, and when the need to use the restroom came, I need to use the restroom. And then I started kind of looking, not frantically, but urgently.
Yes.
And then a convention center was seen, and Shailaja went in, and the lady said, "Are you part of the convention?" I said, "No." And she said, "You cannot." So Shailaja said no and came out. And then this thought arose, "Do you know who I am?" And then I realized, oh my goodness, if she asked really, you know who I am, it would be like, I am the creator of all of this. That was the thought in their mind. I am this, all of this is me, like it's I am the creator. Then if I say such a thing, or if I say I am you, then it will be sent to the mental asylum. Then I understood that the consciousness now is being, the witness's qualities are now being usurped by the ego, saying I am the creator.
Yes. Beautiful. Good example. A simpler example is also where you say, I missed the previous sentence that you just said. Oh, the mind was not aware enough. Can the mind be aware? Can a thought be aware? So what have you done? You've taken the attribute of consciousness and superimposed it onto a thought, which you call mind, right? Or a feeling, which you call mind. You are superimposing the characteristic of being aware onto the mind. And then you keep struggling, oh, the mind should be more aware, oh, this body should be more aware of what is happening in its surroundings. No, you are superimposing the body mind with the characteristics of the consciousness. Immediately separate out the superimposition and recognize body is anatma. Mind or this thought or feeling is anatma. I am consciousness. I am separate. This superimposition needs to be broken again and again, sublated again and again and again and again. Yeah. That is your exercise this week. Is it clear?
The prema is attending the session, but there is only the knowledge of the session happening.
So, which characteristic is imposed on what?
So, the consciousness superimposed as the body mind prema.
Huh.
So when there was the seeing that prema is attending the session, so that time consciousness superimposed as the body mind prema. But when there is the seeing that there is only the knowledge mind, so that time body mind is superimposed on the consciousness.
Okay, let me clarify a little bit. The moment you say this body mind person is knowledgeable and is gaining knowledge from this knowledge session, then you have made a mistake. Can an anatma, inanimate body or thought, which is the mind, ever possess knowledge or become knowledgeable? Can the body become knowledgeable? Can the mind become knowledgeable? Then whose characteristic is knowledge? Belongs to the consciousness. Consciousness has the characteristic of knowledge. But what did I think right now? See, this body mind person has become very knowledgeable from this knowledge session. So I have superimposed the characteristic of consciousness onto the body mind. The moment I recognize, no, what am I doing? The body mind cannot become more knowledgeable or less knowledgeable. When I start using such terms, that is where the ego comes in and says, I'm better than you, or you are not as good as me. All those comparisons start happening because I have superimposed the entire understanding or the characteristic of knowledge onto the body mind. No. All body minds are equal. All of them are illusions, including this. How can an illusion be knowledgeable or not knowledgeable? It's not possible. This recognition, oh, I am the knowledge field and I'm separate. I'm the seer of the seen. This is what you have to do in your daily routine when things start coming up. Can I see what is superimposed on what in this conversation? Can I separate out the superimposition? And then can I analyze what was superimposed on what? And write it down. Become very clear. Why become clear? Because the same kind of dramatic situations repeat. They are hovering around me. It's going to come back. Its turn is going to come back. It's a seasonal thing. Yeah, it will go all around and come back. Can I be prepared for the next attack? So, how do I do the preparation? Put it down in these columns, become very clear. This was superimposed on this, or this was superimposed on this, and can I just stay at a distance? Okay, we'll move to the next shloka then. 10.8. So what is the reality? The reality is I am formless. I do not have a particular location. I'm not localized. And I am infinite. This is my reality. I, the consciousness, get bored of this. Oh, formless, infinite. Oh, very boring. Invisible. No masala. And nothing to keep me entertained. So, what do? I assume myself or I dream of myself to be localized. I dream of myself to have a form. And I dream of myself to break the whole invisibility thing and be visible. Yeah. So let's assume this is what I create in my dream. Yeah. I have become localized. I have some form. Yeah. And I am not invisible anymore. Even though I'm just subtly there, I am. So what is this? I am. The sense of I am. That's it. So the sense of I am, just recognize. It's so subtle, yet it has a form. It's so subtle, yet it is not invisible, remember. Can you see that? It's not invisible. Because of its subtle form, it is not invisible. Yeah? And it does not feel infinite. It feels localized somewhere. You see this only at this level, huh? At Advaita level 1, you don't see it as localized. At Advaita level 3, it becomes so clear. Oh, there is the sense of I am in the center, surrounded by the invisible, formless knowledge field that knows I am. Because it is this invisible knowledge field that is dreaming of having a form, that is wanting to be visible. I am somebody. The I-ness is coming up. Are you recognizing this? Yeah. Before I go ahead, can you see it very clearly? Just what I described. Just be in silence and see if you can see the I sense surrounded by this infinite field which knows the I sense. If it is clear, we can open our eyes again. Now I recognize this I sense is a little solid, a little more solid than the even subtler, almost invisible and totally formless knowledge field. It's not satisfied with it. It says, no, a little more masala, a little more interesting drama is required. This is also quite boring. And this keeps reminding me that I am that. Means I am formless, I am infinite. So it has to forget itself. Let me make this dream a little more interesting. So what does it do? This gets packed in a gift box. It's its own gift to itself. It says, Happy Birthday. This is you now. Form that was born on this date to these parents. Yeah, and then please imagine more boxes. I cannot hold so many boxes. This is the mama box, and this is the papa box, and the siblings box, and so you have many more other boxes. The gift is now wrapped. This is superimposition. This is superimposition. So now, whatever the qualities are of this, I have attributed to this. And then automatically, as the ego matures and learns more about this, it starts attributing these qualities to this. Has this become very clear? So basically, what have I done? I have enclosed aham inside an envelope of idam. Or inside the gift box of idam. I has been enveloped or enclosed inside it. The seer has been enclosed inside the seen. Has this become very clear? Now, from your own Swapna Nidra Nyan Sadhana, are you able to see what Ekta just described? That is very important. I don't have to theoretically understand this. Very great demonstration. But so what? If I don't see it, I'm going to forget it. Yeah. The demonstration is of what you see in Swapna Nidra Nyan Sadhana. Do I see this process? Do I see aham being enveloped by idam? The seer being enveloped by the seen. The I being enveloped by the body, mind, person idea. If this is very clear, yes, I see this, then you will understand what Atmananda said in this verse. When reality is attributed to things in the objective world, means reality has been attributed to this. This box, this gift box has been born on a particular day, has Papa box and Mama box and siblings, and the world comes out of it. Yeah, so reality is attributed to things in the objective world. Remember that you are then an embodied being. Embodied being. In other words, there is then identification of oneself with the body. Demonstration is clear. Verse is clear. The homework. Do I see this in my Swapna Nidra Nyan Sadhana? Do I recognize the I and how the I sense coming out of the deep sleep does not like its aloneness and envelops itself with the seen? Yeah, but it encloses itself with the gift box. In reality, we have no proof that this objective world was ever created. Yeah? By looking carefully at superimposition and in my Swapna Nidra Nyan Sadhana, it becomes very clear that the world is an idea which is superimposed on Brahman. Yeah? That infinite knowledge field, the field of knowingness that knows the sense of I am, that field itself is Brahman. That field is forgotten, a localized dream, individual consciousness is created. Then this dream, individual consciousness is packed into another dream called the body, mind, person. And then that body, mind, person is packed into another world of other body, minds. There is this clear seeing that the world idea is superimposed on Brahman. This is the meaning that reality is attributed to things in the objective world. Then you feel, oh, this person is conscious, this plant is conscious, This insect is conscious, but this table is not conscious. What have I done? I have just attributed the quality of consciousness to some little dream illusions, and some dream illusions I have left out. No, you do not qualify. No, all are the same. They are the same illusion. The body is inanimate, the table is inanimate, the mind is inanimate, the door is inanimate. All of them are anatma. I am simply picking and choosing which one I like more, and I'm attributing the quality of consciousness, higher consciousness and lower consciousness also. Insect, no, lower consciousness. Human, higher consciousness. No, no. I have superimposed the characteristic of consciousness onto my illusory objects that I have only projected for my own little game. I was getting bored, no? So I started playing hide and seek with myself. The world is imagined, where there exists only Brahman, only Brahman. In direct seeing, the moment you become aware of this superimposition, it is your clue to recognize, oh, I have assumed that I am an embodied being. I am trapped inside this body. So, have you realized this? Many times in your SNGS, you will be able to recognize this feeling of being trapped in the body, in the dream character's body. You want to get out of the dream, you want to wake up, and you cannot. Has this happened at least once? You feel trapped? What is that? What is that? The aham has been trapped inside the envelope of idam. And there is suddenly the recognition of, oh, I am the witness. Yeah. I am the witness. I'm not this. And I want to get out and I'm not able to get out. The same feeling carries to the waking too. Are you able to see this? Many times you feel, I'm so limited by this. I'm so limited by this body. I want to get out of this. This is what Atmananda means by saying that you are an embodied being, or there is body identification. The moment reality is attributed to things in the objective world. So now, when these little instances happen and I get this glimpse of being trapped by this, that is the moment to recognize the superimposition, and I have to break out of it. I have to do the sublation. Yeah? This is the special care that you must take, that Atmananda is constantly advising you about. I think I'll stop here for today. You work on yourself. Become very clear, what am I superimposing on what right now? I only do it, huh? It's a game I am playing. There is no other villain out there who's attacking me with superimpositions. No, I am doing it to myself. Either I superimpose the characteristics of consciousness on the body mind, or the other way around. I superimpose the characteristics of the body mind on the consciousness. Can I then break out of the superimposition by taking the correct stand and seeing reality as it is? Homework for this week is clear. And you have to write to me at least 10 points of distinction where consciousness was superimposed on the body mind and when the body mind was superimposed on the consciousness.
Can I ask a question? So how do I apply this to money when it comes to money? How am I superimposing that giving money away is, you know,
It depends. You have to tell me exactly the thought process. No, what is the thought?
say about the debt I spoke about, right? So giving this right now versus giving later. Why am I not able to do it now versus,
Yeah, yeah,
in time to clear the debt?
yeah. So the thought comes up as, oh, I have to pay the debt, but I'm not ready to pay it right now. Yeah. Who is paying the debt? Where is the debt? At what level is the debt? Does consciousness carry any debt? No. So who's carrying the debt? It's this body, mind, person. Whatever the relationship of this person is with the other who gave me something, and I have to return it back to that. All this exchange is at what level? Is at the body, mind, world level. Yes. And if I say I am feeling indebted, what have I done? I have taken the characteristics of the body, mind, and world. Your world is also involved because the other person is involved to whom you're indebted. And I'm superimposing that on the consciousness and saying, I feel indebted. Yeah. The best way to get over this superimposition is to recognize I can never be indebted. Yes, the body mind person is indebted to that. And whenever it's the capability of this body mind person to collect enough, whatever funds, money you said, that money will be paid back. All this is happening at the body mind world level according to a particular script that is running. I am simply the consciousness which has projected this and forgotten it. I do not know at what point of time in the story did I project the payback of that debt. I have no idea. I have forgotten everything. Why? Because I didn't want to feel alone and I wanted some masala in the story. I created all this. I also created my own forgetfulness. Right now, how do I see it? I just see it as a thought of money arise, play, and dissolve. And the thought of that person to whom I'm indebted arise, play, and dissolve. Okay? And then the thought of me not having the capability of paying back that money arise, play, dissolve. That's all. That is the reality. I connected the three, made a big story, created guilt out of it, and now I'm beating myself up. Oh, no, 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 no. Now this is all superimposition. No need to feel any guilt. Simply stay at a distance. Be very clear in the story, this is meant to happen at some point of time because there is time in the story. The story has a world, the story has space, it has time, it has cause and effect. I am beyond time. I am beyond cause and effect. Yeah? Recognizing that I am beyond the idea of space even. That level of formlessness. How can I be guilty? I am just taking the characteristic of the body mind and I'm superimposing on myself and saying, I am guilty because I'm not able to pay back this debt right now. No, break it and see. It's only a wave. A point will come when there will be surplus money in the bank. Automatically, the wave of surplus money in the bank will be known, and automatically, the thought of let me pay back this debt. Now I have enough. And the debt will be paid back. Simply look at it as an impersonal story playing on the screen. It's got nothing to do with me. Clear?